I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Layback Gamer, and I couldn't resist. I had to watch that opening cinematic with the new monitor, and my god, it looks great! But that's not all. Hopefully, I've done a little bit of playing around with the OBS settings, and I think, even though it's at a bit of a lower resolution than what we normally had, than what I've had at the past, I think this would be the optimum one for games that have a little bit of a higher CPU use. At least until until the day comes where I decide, you know what, I'm gonna get a better processor. But anyways, welcome to our playthrough of Oblivion, where I actually took a look, and after downloading a couple of new mods, taking out a bunch of really big ticket mods, we are at 30 mods, which before, I think we had 35 mods, but I took 10 off and I added 5 new ones in. A lot of them are smaller ones, so they shouldn't affect it as much. And I did, unfortunately, decide to take out Knights of the Nine Revelations, just because I think that was gonna cause a bit of an issue. As well as I also took out Cavatry build, since both of those are pretty beefy mods. Pretty beefy. But anyways, we're here now. We're live. If I can add them in mid-game, I might add them in later, or at least Cavatry build later on. But I've already gone through the process of creating a new character, and run speed back. And I gotta admit, I like this a little bit more. I'm liking this a lot more than our last guy. So it is still going off of the same lore as the previous character. Our guy, except I actually gave him a better name. Well, slightly better name. I kind of realized that through the lore that I created for this character, it wouldn't make sense if he really had a name. So the background story of it is he was an Argonian who used to live in Blackmarch, closer to the somewhat close to the fringe, but deep in enough that it was just a almost purely Argonian village. And one day he decided to go out with our character here decided to go out with his older brother and a couple of his friends, and together they snuck across the border. Let's see if I remember correct. I remember what the story was. Yeah, so Blackmarsh, they stuck across the border into Blackwood, and they had found a set of ruins somewhere around here or somewhere over here, but I'm not sure where. but they found an alien ruin somewhere within Cyrodiil. And what had happened was they went inside this, hoping to find, some things to make some money off of, because he came from a well, he came from just his family was just a shop owner. Really, that was all. Nothing too special. They just owned a shop and got on with their lives. Sometimes they did some farm work. Sometimes, uh, they well, at least, uh, our character and his older brother, they did a bit of farm work. They did a bit of blacksmith work. So they have a they have a little bit of knowledge across a wide area. Not enough that they could do anything with it, but they were used to be sons of shopkeepers. And so they went across looking for gold or some things to that they could sell in their shop away to other people. They came across an alien ruin, and inside the alien ruin, they had found a necromancer doing some really bad, or who was about to move in, do some really bad stuff. Well, we all know what necromancers are. Oh, excuse me. I just ate before this. Oh, I gotta clear my throat 1 second. There we go. That's a bit better. Anyways, they encountered this necromancer, and you gotta understand that they weren't. They were kind of in their teens, I guess, if to be fair for age. So around their teens, they knew how to. They could wield a weapon, but they were by no means very good at it. I'm just gonna pull away the map with their weapons, and so they were trying to clash off the necromancers, go up against the undead. His brother ended up our character's brother ended up taking on a couple of skeletons that were wandering in, where the two friends of his started attacking a couple other skeletons, and our guy went right after the necromancer, feeling that he could take him on. What he failed to notice was that there was a Welkin stone that was just tucked away underneath a tape in a bag. And the necromancer goes to pull it out because obviously his magic is a little low. He did just raise a bunch of skeletons after all. He goes at it. Our character was already in kind of a bit of a mid lunge towards it, and and the sword hits the Welkin stone. What neither of them noticed at the time was that it had managed to make a hairline crack in the stone. This plays important a bit later because after he drops it, he kind of dropped his sword with the recoil. The necromancer stumbled back a little bit. Our character here went out and grabbed the stone, trying to rip it out of the necromancer's hands. And they're fighting back and forth. And eventually, this hairline crack starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually it splits apart, shooting like this Welkin stone for whatever reason just happened to have been supercharged. I don't think it would be on the same levels as a Great Welkin stone, but it was definitely I'm not sure. Maybe a better than, like, more than your average Welkin stone. I don't know what step between Great and Well is it, but anyways, this one seemed to just contain a lot more magic power, and when they eventually broke it open, it exploded out, like a burst of energy exploded outwards. And this magic energy it got absorbed by people there. So the necromancer, because he was already very magically attuned, ended up absorbing all this magic, but he couldn't carry anymore because of the limits of his power. So he ended up getting vaporized by the blast. And while they were fighting off the skeletons, his brother and the friends happened to be close to the edge, and it was essentially a straight fall down to, well, you were going to die if you fell. That's exactly what the explosion did. It blew up, sending our character's older brother and a friend of his over the ledge, knocked the other one back into a column, and the brother was killed on impact with the floor. The other guy barely survived, but only because he happened to have a little like the clothing that he wore was a little bit tough, a little thicker, so it cushioned him a bit more. That being said, he had broken bones everywhere. The guy couldn't walk, much less move. The other guy that got thrown into the column, he was dazed. He was very sore afterwards, but ultimately still alive and in one piece. And our character here absorbed the other half of the magicka that seeped out of the Welkin stone, and ended up scarring his skin, turning it this blue hue that we see right here. Especially, this is kind of to show that this Argonian's pretty young, but he's still, I'd say, early, maybe just turning 20. And excuse me, you could see it got absorbed into him, and he was able to survive because, well, he came from a family that for generations were not magically gifted. They had no connection to the flow of magic, and therefore his body was able to absorb the blast that came at his way, but it left him scarred and damaged forever in that sort of sense. And so he helped carry the other guy out of the cave, the one on the ground that had broken all of his bones. And once they got back to the village, obviously people were demanding to know what happened. And so he tells his side of the story, then the other two guys tell theirs, but they made it as in that our character here intentionally broke. Hold on a second, I gotta clear my throat again. They made it sound like he intentionally broke the Welkin stone open and killed his brother by some sort of something. They essentially blamed it on him. He was outcast from his village. Essentially given, a couple hours to pick up his stuff and get out. He was no longer welcome there. And so here he went out and decided, I'm gonna go. He told himself, I'm gonna go to the one place that I might be able to find home, and he wanted to go to the Imperial City. And how he ended up in jail after it was a couple of years later, after kind of scrounging around, begging for food, that sort of stuff, because by this point he had run out of all of his possessions. He ended up reverting to stealing. One day he broke into a noble's home. I'm not sure where he would have done this. No, actually, hold up. Before he went to the Imperial City, he did decide to do a little bit of sightseeing around the world, so he ended up going to a couple different places. He cut across Cyrodiil to go to elsewhere because he wanted to see some of the lands of the Khajiit. He was allowed to go into Valenwood, but was quickly chased out later just because Argonian. The Khajiit never really did this to him. While they were kind of wary of outsiders, they ultimately did kind of have a little bit of pity towards our now orphan Argonian, and essentially let him go along as long as he didn't cause any trouble. He was allowed to just freely exist in elsewhere. There, and throughout his travels, he picked up some skills, including how to use a sword better, how to use a bow and arrow, and he was also taught a little bit of magic by a kind and old Imperial. So he's able to cast some spells such as, well, actually we don't have the spells right yet. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm not used to this. Obviously this is the first time me seeing this in it, but we actually have scrolls at the moment. But the lore was supposed to be he taught him how to use a couple of spells like flare and so a basic healing spell and a basic destruction spell to be able to defend himself. And that's where he quickly learned that he was cursed. Because in addition to all, because now, well, we'll see that in a bit. I'll explain more on that in a little bit. But let's just say he learned something about his past that was kept secret from him. But anyways, he then later traveled to the Imperial City, but by this point, he was considered a wanted man. See, the news had reached out from his little village that that these guys ended up they illegally crossed the border and they were trespassing in Cyrodiil. In addition, they also killed someone who they had nobody had any idea that they were a necromancer, and nobody ever found out afterwards. For all people knew, he was just a simple conjurer. And so all the blame for his murder, for the crime of the necromancer's murder, who was seen as more of a conjurer in some other people's eyes, illegally illegally crossing the border, and taking of relics and all sorts and disturbing ruins, he was committed to life in jail. So that's how he's now here in the Imperial City in this little jail cell. Yeah, that's a little bit of a backstory of this. And now let's get this story kicked off.
Lizard, it must break your heart, huh? Being so close to the water, knowing you'll never get to swim again.
Yes, a little.
You know, sometimes when they let us in the yard, you can hear the sounds from the lake. The boats, the gulls, so close.
Say what you gotta say, buddy.
No, you'll never get to swim again, Argonian. But don't worry, you'll be dead soon enough. That's right. You're going to die in here.
I could say the same for you.
Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Well, I don't think the guards are coming just for me, but...
We don't know that, sire. The messenger only said they were attacked.
Fancy armor you have there. Uh-oh.
I know it.
My job right now is to get you to safety. What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Uh-oh.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
Is this good enough?
Prisoner, stand aside. Over by the window. Stay out of the way and you won't get hurt.
Okay, sure thing.
Prisoner, stand away.
But hey, the way, I guess I did forget to mention this, but we're kind of going to, I'm playing it as a certain story because I am trying to set this up for our Skyrim roleplay. So it's going to be, like, I'll be provide a bit of commentary. I'll be, talking, I guess not in the technical voice of my character, but saying what he would say in this sort of situation. So, yeah.
From the door.
I'm going. It's okay. I'm going. See? I'm here. We cool? We cool, guys?
Stay put, prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you.
Oh, dear.
Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
He's telling me there's a logical explanation for it. I gotta ask, what is going on? Who are you? What is going on?
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Sounds like you're a noble of some sort. Who are you exactly?
I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
Now, I don't think he would really care that this is the Emperor because, well, I guess maybe, yeah, he would care a little bit that this is the Emperor that we're talking to here. However, it wouldn't really fit, like, more of a, oh my god, you're the actual Emperor of Tamriel. Sorry, Cyrodiil, not Tamriel. Well, I guess, to be fair at this point, yeah, I guess Tamriel. Anyways, But he he wouldn't know about Uriel Septim because, or yeah, he wouldn't know who Uriel Septim looked like because, well, he comes from a small village. They don't really know too much there. Anyways, you're the Emperor? Well, of course I know. I know why I'm in jail. I know exactly why I'm in jail. I can't really ask that. I know. So, if this cell is supposed to be off limits, why am I here in this cell?
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for.
Are you saying I might be, Are you saying that I'm going to be pardoned? Well, I suppose I'm in some sort of thanks, but what should I do? I can't exactly go out the front door. They're just going to arrest me if they do. What should I do? Where should I go?
You will find your own path. Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
Okay, how cryptic.
Please, sire, we must keep moving.
Oh, I wish I knew about that. I could have gotten out of here months
There's no
ago.
way to open it from the other side.
Looks like this is your
This
lucky
doesn't
day.
concern you,
Just stay
prisoner.
out of our way.
Yes, I'll stay behind you guys. I guess I'm a free man now. Woohoo! If it wasn't for the fact that assassins are tailing this guy,
Stand aside, prisoner.
yes, I'm standing aside. I'm standing aside. You would. Oh, I almost forgot the name of our the technical name of our character. Just open up. Now, this one, I don't really. It's a bit more creative than last one, but because he was disowned by his family, he was stripped of his name. He's not allowed to carry the same name, so he ended up naming himself Slim the Cursed. Because, well, he is cursed. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that in just a little bit on the specific of this curse.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor.
The captain's
Protect
down.
yourself.
But
This is only the beginning. Worse is yet to come.
they're waiting for you guys here.
Watch your back, boy.
They gone? They all gone?
Are you all right, sire? We're clear for now.
Captain Reno?
Fuck these guys. Why are they trying to kill the Emperor?
Sorry, sire, but we'll have to keep moving.
I think I'll hold on to that sword there. Were you carrying a spare sword on you? Oh, you were.
Quiet and stay out of the way.
Us here.
Ooh, you have a potion on you. I could use that.
Don't know, but it's too late to go back now.
Another potion. Nice. And nothing on you. Alright, let's crack these wrist irons off my hands. Ah,
Don't worry.
there we go.
We'll get you out of here.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blades.
Oh, but I should also, we'll equip this one too. Just in case. I now have a weapon to defend
I'll
myself.
take point. Let's move.
There's
You
trouble
stay
ahead.
here, prisoner.
Wait, what?
Don't.
Here you must find your own path. But we will cross paths again before the end. I'm sure of it.
You're just gonna leave me here? I'm not allowed to follow? It's unfortunate. Did you hear that? Oh boy. Giant rats! Oh my! Oh my! Oh, ah! Oh, I might actually die from this. Okay, okay, I almost died from that. Oh, jeez. God, the game's actually difficult, and the fact that I don't have that many, I only have a few scrolls for this to rely upon is not exactly good. Oh, hold on a second. Did I not use one up? Oh, jeez. I guess it does nothing. It's just a placeholder. Alright, so yeah, that's why. I didn't actually heal up at all. Go ahead and use that. Oh yeah, I have to keep equipping these scrolls. That's right. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still trying to get used to the keys here. It's a bit differently in Oblivion than it is in Skyrim. I don't exactly have a specific exit key. Let's see. If the character would see that rat, he would immediately go into his stealth. Try to find a way to avoid it. He's a bow and a shield over there. Shield could be useful if he could. Oh, that's just the music. I got scared. I'm like, is there an enemy down here I don't know about? I have no idea where that music came from. Anyways. We've defeated a few rats. Got a shield. Let's see what we got here. Gold. Yucky cup. Don't look like it's worth it. Got a bow. Some iron. Rough leather. Ugh. Now for our guy, he's mainly going to be using light leather. So leather cuirass, leather boots. But for the gauntlets and his greaves, he will be using heavy armor. And this is so I can level both those stats up at the same time. So we'll be taking he takes these because he can understand that there's some value in them. Then quickly outfits himself with the pants and the boots. And I guess our helmet. I don't like the look of the leather helmet, but we'll take it for now. So, shield, he'll go whatever he could find. Helmet, he'll typically go light, although if he knows he's going into a big battle, he'll switch out for a heavy helmet. But in most situations, he'll go with a light. And cuirass, boots, he'll go light on both of them. Greaves, gauntlets, he'll go heavy. Of course, the reasoning behind the heavy on the gauntlets and the legs is because, well, he doesn't want to get struck on the hand and then lose. And I just hit my hand, and you guys probably heard that in the microphone. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to sort to hit his hand and then he drop, and it like cuts in a bit and drops it. But at the same time, well, why he doesn't apply it for the rest? Well, he needs a light. He's not very physically strong at the moment. He can carry it in his hands because he's going to be swinging them around. And in his mind, it might help him a little bit with his swing. Or having a heavier weight at the end rather than having the entire arm being heavy. That's kind of his logic behind that. And as for the greaves, it's because, well, doesn't want to get his legs, or he doesn't want his legs to get cut into. His boots are kind of okay. Nobody's really going to be aiming for there unless they have an arrow. And he would wear heavy armor here if he was stronger, which he's not that strong. But anyways, that's a little bit of the reasoning for that. And a chest, finally, something where he might be able to work with. Because he's also decent at pickpocketing. Ooh, sapphire and gold. Value already. Okay, go ahead. Now, he wouldn't do this, but just to get the tutorial out of the way. So we could show that off. He would do that. But he would equip the bow on himself. Sees this, realizing that there may be goblins down there. He now knows that he has to be very careful. That looks very painful there. Take a potion, a little bit of scrolls. He doesn't want to take the club. No point. Let's see here. So, let us equip the oops. That'll happen sometimes when I'm exiting the journal. Sometimes it'll register as I'm opening it. Look at that. Lockpicks, additional torches. And a barrel in the corner that he missed. More arrows. Lockpicks. Alright, we should be good to go now. Yeah, I got everything, well, everything that I want in that sack. Knows he should be on his guard. And that would mean no torch. Much as he would love that torch, he's gonna go completely silent. Realistically, he should also have his bow drawn as well. Draw our bow. Game wants me to practice spellcasting. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I might actually die from this. I wait. Oh, wait, my wait key's T. Oh, no, I gotta wait in the other room. Now, unfortunately, we do have to... I'd prefer not to do this, but seeing as how I can't heal up, and I am going to die... Oh, where'd the rat go? Alright, so let's see here. Re-equip the bow once again. Very careful. Hug the edges. Look in the chest. There's our gauntlets, our greaves. And a little more arrows. Alright, so quickly while in the corner, he slips on the greaves and the gauntlets. Now feeling a little bit better about his protection. Very wary of any rats that he could cross. Suppose while we're at it, we'll also have a flare, not a flashbulb. I don't want a flashbulb. Oh, I see the rat there. Looks around, feeling that danger might be nearby. He sees a rat. But he realizes the rat's not coming after him. There's in fact a zombie over there. He instantly gets flashbacks. That kind of makes him freeze up for a second. But also let that... Oh. Zombies coming at him. He's gotta make every arrow count. Keep backing up. Jeez. With a flash firebolt. Doesn't quite kill it. Just keeps firing at this guy. He has the speed advantage. Backing him further up into a corner. He uses he was going to use the opportunity when the guy was coming back up. Try and sneak around the other side, but it clearly did not matter. Or we have won the fight. Alright, let's go ahead and loot this rat up. These rats seem to be pretty peaceful. Didn't want to hurt him. Still, imagine that they weren't hungry. Decided just to leave them alone. Ah, I don't know. Feels kind of interesting. I actually thought that rat was going to come at me. Now, there is a little exploit here where if you hide in the corner and you just keep having your character run into a wall, you can level up your sneak skill. We did it 3 times just on these rats here. There's the dead one. However, I'm not going to be doing that, as that would be super cheesy. That a little bit of the ruins. Very careful. Never know what you're gonna... He's another rat. Here's a chance for him to try to make up for his past mistakes. Rat, for some reason, did not hear the arrow. Hope he sees a second one. He knows that he might not be able to handle two of them at once. He has to quickly equip the katana. Walking and trading blows with the rats. Ultimately, he's a little more confident with the armor on that he can tank, but not too overconfident. As you never know, these rats could end up doing him in down here. And he just managed to get his freedom. He is not about to lose it to a bunch of disgusting, massive rats. That, another big ugly. Alright, getting a little bit of distance so that he can quickly equip the katana. He waits for his foe. Has the advantage from the low ground because he has to jump up to him. Seemed to got around my shield. Alright, let's re-equip the bow. And I'm gonna drop a hard save here. Let's actually save over that. Just make sure that I have okay, that is the quick save, good. I have accidentally hit the quick load button and then not the quick save button in the past. Alrighty, now we can continue to explore without being impeded. See some of the arrows. Managed to dig into the soft dirt. Ooh. Potion of respite, potion of sorcery. Yes, please. I think that it was one of the mods that I downloaded that gave the potion bottles a bit of a change in what they look like. They should have a little bit of a fancier texture now. Won't be able to really tell until we start getting some other more rats. Like 2 of them are coming this way now. Have to go around the side of the corner here, equip the katana, prepare to take the rats on in battle. Back up a little bit, try to get some distance between us and the other rat. It looks like he's going to catch up. Oh, I might actually die to this. Yep, okay. I knew that was going to happen. Alright, let's go ahead and load the quick save. I don't know why it does that. Alright, let's see here. So, I'm not really sure how to explain when we die and come back to life. I guess... Not really sure how to explain that in terms of a lore sense. I do know we're going to end up using the last of these scrolls to heal here. We can always get some more a little bit later, and I can be taught spells too. Alright. We'll have our magic at the ready. What does this do? The tutorial had said my 7 keep of... Did I loot this chest? I don't think I did. No, I did not. Alright, now I have. The arrow's down there. Bad miss, bad miss. I missed again. Oh, geez, gotta be careful of these rats. And up to here. Flare. Good. Okay. Yeah, rats. Very vicious, very deadly. Alright, back out with the bow into sneak mode. Hit that save that we all love. Yeah, I think we're up to about half a dozen rats now. Well, you can always check. Yeah, I have to -1. 9 rats? Really? Already? Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I've looked over and I've been noticing that there hasn't been an encoder error. So I might actually be okay to bump up the FPS by a little bit because it is on the reduced side. So, creeping through the dark. We don't actually... I'm pretty sure we got rid of all the rats in this room. When we hit one, the others around the other one around here seem to notice instantly. Bit of rusty iron shield. Probably not going to be that effective. A little bit of food. Not sure why there's fresh food down here. Maybe somebody's been down here feeding the rats. Who knows? But regardless, he'll still pick it up. Old rusty helm. Yeah, I don't think this is a case where he consider going to battle. Going into like a major battle. Pop open the chest. Have to pick up the rusted stuff. Keeps up the stairs. Very careful. Hears the sound of a rat and then immediately runs. Now, I did know there was a rat up there after the sound. I was trying to, play it off as, oh, maybe he just heard. He's just still creeping up. Still being very careful. 'Cause I actually didn't know where that rat was either. Neither I know he knew. Alright, excellent. I don't want to do... I really hate doing this, but I can't wait here. Good thing that does nothing. Alright, how about now? Wait an hour? And we could say while we're waiting, we're bandaging up our wounds. And just give it a rest. Well, that was unexpected. Another dead rat. Oh, no, we do a bow out. Even though it's not doing anything against these rats. Like, it really is doing nothing against them. Right, sneaking, building dark. Head out from around the corner. And our back to the wall. Is that up there? Very, very cautious. A couple of septums there. Some sort of it's a jar. You didn't actually get a chance to look at it anymore. A healing potion. That certainly. No putting there. He is keeping in mind that he did see a goblin earlier. Dead one, but he did see one. So he has to be very cautious about accidentally running into one of those creatures. Well, there's still the rats to worry about. Yell. Alright, this one's better to go in with a sword. There's no place for him, not really any place for him to... Gets the first strike on the rat, and is able to bring it down very easy. Go ahead and re-equip the bow. Oh, jeez. Okay. Take all. I wasn't expecting the second one. Would this be a time to drink a potion? I don't think it is. I think we're close to the end of this this zone. Got here. Looks like a little bit of a ruby, bit of silverware. What do you got on you, my friend? Been down here for a while. Hey, another potion of healing and a weak potion of sorcery. I'll take both of those. Now, he did dabble a little bit in alchemy. And that was because the shop that he was in, I'm just going to quickly put this in a pause mode. The shop that he was in did often see quite a bit of alchemists in there trading raw ingredients that they would use in their potions, which he always found it as weird why they would keep this stuff. Didn't really understand until he was much older that that his family kept those ingredients those weird plants around for potion brewing. They didn't want him to get too questioning about it as well. They didn't. Well, it really wasn't his place to ask. They thought his parents had thought, not really his place to ask about that. So therefore, he never really did. Not until he was older, anyways. He never really did ever ask the question again. Yeah, so I think he would attempt to maybe harvest some of this stuff, realizing that if alchemists were willing to buy this, maybe it might sell for a pretty penny. I never harvest rocks, whisk caps. A little more over here. I think he's knowledgeable to understand that this is probably where the goblins are held up beyond this point, because he hasn't seen any yet. So, and the fact that there's a bunch of skulls here. He's thinking, okay, maybe this symbolizes them. Alright, so let's go ahead, up one more hour in the wait. And keep moving on. So, skulking down. He's got to be very careful. Accidentally run into something that he doesn't like. He's a goblin there. Very, very careful. However, this one looks like a close range. Get too close to the goblin. Oh, looks like the goblin has seen us. Nice try, goblin. Oh. Alright. Very careful, very cautious. There is indeed goblins down here. Now that our character knows that, now that Slim knows that, I should say that. Knows he can't really wait in this area. So, going to use this to drink a potion. Heal him up. Down the hatch. Not going to do that every single time, but thought it was pretty fitting this time. Nothing in these pants really worth the taking. Did see some other ingredients around here that we could. How many are we lucky? Oh, we are pretty lucky. We got a lot more ingredients than I thought. Ooh, now that looks nice. Remember what the old poisons used to look like? Just a really ugly, sickly green color? All of them? Well, that looks nice. That does look very nice. when he finds a mortar and pestle, he thinks back to his childhood going, oh, this could be a little fun. This might be fun. Let's see if we can mix some stuff up. Now, I'm not sure how he would know this. Maybe, I wish this was like Skyrim where we would have to discover it. But maybe we could say that he did a little bit of reading and was able to figure this out from reading. So, there we go. I currently have excuse me, that was rude of me. I currently have Task Manager opened on the side of my screen so I can keep a watch on the CPU and memory. Again, looks like OBS running smooth. I don't think I've seen a problem with that. So with this I know what we can turn. I turned it down quite a bit. Now I want to see how high I can push it, or maybe just with the Oblivion I can. So, he read a book a while ago, and it said that you could combine a cheese wedge with, say, tomato or lettuce, and even though these might be a little stale and not so good, it will still crush down and make a good potion. And perhaps by seeing that there was stinkhorn and wisp stalk caps on the table, he could maybe deduce that perhaps maybe these two would mix together. And he'd be correct, realizing that this doesn't look exactly that. Probably don't want to drink that. Oh, they still share that sickly one. Well, at least the nice ones don't. At least the ones in-game don't, but any that we brew up does. Don't ask what sound I just made. I make every sound. Alright. Anyways. Look, free rat. Might be able to eat that later. Now, unlike Skyrim, I'm not going to be playing with a hunger or hunger, thirst, or rest mechanic. Since there's not, I don't think there might be a mod for that, but I would have to, add it back in. He's a goblin. That goblin's probably on the lookout. He probably heard the scream of his brother, but didn't want to come this way just in case it was a fearsome warrior. But Slim also notices that there's a tripwire there. Perhaps he could get the goblin to activate whatever trap on the other side. Yup. He saw those and then went, yep, that's gonna kill him. Surprised we didn't take a hit from that. Ooh, a bear pelt. That. And a strange-looking cudgel. Now, I know it says meat tenderizer on the side, but our character really wouldn't know that. All he knows is that this sword looks like a really cool looking sword that we're carrying here. That this is a bow with some iron on it, so probably an iron bow, and a rusted... Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. He doesn't know what these weapons are. All he knows is that they're really cool looking swords. He knows enough that they're katanas, but he doesn't know exactly what make they are. As well as what the armor that we're wearing is. He knows that, but he doesn't actually know what these weapons are. All he knows is that this one was carried by the Blades lady that died. And he knows that because they said their name of the organization was called the Blades. And then this katana here was one that happened to be on her inventory. He knows that these weapons are katanas. Doesn't know what exactly they are, or what make they're at. Seeing a log trap over there and a dead rat. Might be hauling some stuff down to, likely keeping the fire here alive. Sneaks up, looking around, being very careful. Got here. Iron dagger, her dagger, iron make by the looks of it. And what do we got in this little beauty here? Ooh, more arrows and some lockpicks. Find that make Slim happy. Might actually be able to walk out of this place with a little bit of money in his pocket. Oh. Triggers the logs to fall down. And apparently I didn't even see the other goblin. But he killed 2 goblins with that. I'm not gonna lie, I did mean to shield bash, but I forgot you couldn't shield bash in this game. Rusty iron bow, you've got lockpicks. You have arrows, a lockpick. That. Save. So far, it's running. We're running very smoothly. Very smooth. See it up ahead. This is likely This is it. This is likely the big room. Oh, I'm scrolling down. That. If that. He's going something big. There's probably going to be a few of them in this room. I want to be careful. Sees one and is immediately spotted. Oh. I missed! Would we detect it? There goes that weapon. Never get that back. Light lily. I think that might be a little bit better than what we got currently. Got a rough. I guess not. It's just worth a bit more. So we got rid of that one. Fortunately, the melee weapons that they used was not too damaging. I think actually for now we'll go ahead. All that all no use on the potions there. Definitely a big room. Lots of goblins. Goblins. Alright. Come at me, goblin. Oh, geez. Both. Okay, that's bad. That's bad. That's less than ideal. Wait, the poisons. Gonna apply a poison to the katana. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Wasn't expecting to fight two of them at once. I didn't want to fight 2 of them at once. Alright, so take that. Take respite. Quickly apply the poison. Happened to the other one died. Poison was too much for him. It'll be too much for... Yep. This guy expired from the poison too. Whew. He's actually kind of a little iron... Kind of looks like a butter knife. Might be valuable. I know it's a Tonto. He doesn't quite know that. He knows some weaponry. He doesn't know all of them, okay? So give me a break. I can see you in the comments section getting ready to type, well, actually, if you look alongside, you'll realize that's an iron Tanto. You really should be reading this more. Haha, haha, I'm so superior because of my voice. Haha. No, you're not. You may think that, but... Gotta equip the bow. is feeling really good about that fight, but he's got to be, still has to be careful. He doesn't want to confirm that he's out of the clear yet, out of danger just yet. These rats down there, but they look like they're in a pen. Shouldn't be able to threaten him. Doesn't look like there's a goblin over there. There's one right there. Looks a little... Yeah, that one looks different. Very much like the one at the beginning of the dungeon. And I miss. This one knows magic. Good thing we have the stalagmite to save us a little bit. Oh! Alright, we're gonna quick take a potion here. Drink one of these weird restore fatigues. Ugh. Bit of a bad aftertaste. Guess that's what I get for dope cheese. Oh geez. She's angry. We'll use the last poison. This poison of illness that we happened to pick up earlier. Hey, you aren't so tough. I'm just kidding. She actually was. I had to pin cushion her. Ooh, a machete. Now I think he wouldn't know what this is because around his village, the swampland would be a bit thicker. So in order to actually cut through the place, they would be using machetes. We have a goblin in shaman staff, which she was casting with. Unfortunately, completely out of charge. But she does have a lot of nice stuff on her. And the best thing is that we're feeling very confident that we were able to beat that shaman, and B, since it didn't look like she called any other goblins around her to assist, this means, at least in the mind of... pardon me for a second, I'm just trying to open something on my tablet. In the mind of Slim the Nameless, he has effectively killed a bunch of he's got all the goblins in this area. Not gonna go free those rats, though. And it did look like a bunch of goblins were here, and she did look like to be the leader. So if any were to come... Ooh, look at that. Lockpicks and repair hammer. Now, we're not that skilled with armory, but might be able to repair our stuff up a little bit. A little more ale. Rat's meat. We can definitely sell that off in the Imperial City. Hopefully they don't recognize us, or somebody's passed the word that we're good. Oh, yes. Slim's salivating a little bit at the cycle. Oh my gosh, yes. I'll take all that loot, thank you. Blacksmith. Anything around here? Nope. Alright, up into here we go. Oh, actually, no, we should steal. It's sneak. Just in case. That's a little out of character there. I already know that was the end of that section. And now he does too. Getting arrows galore. How many arrows are we at right now? 133. That's going to be useful later, since we are going to be playing as a pretty big archer.
And welcome back. You have made it to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed, maybe share this video to anybody who you think will enjoy my content, and also don't forget to check out some of my other stuff. I'm not only doing this game, but I also have done a ton of other games. Well, a ton, I think I can count, well, I'm not sure how many games I've done at this point, but anyways, here's a small little bit of collection of games that I've done. And if you look on screen, it should take you to either another video or a playlist. Maybe you'll enjoy that. Perhaps you might not. I don't know. We will find out. Hope you all enjoyed, and until next one, take it easy.